on this beautiful Monday, right? Is it a Monday? Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. I do pray everybody is super blessed. Let's get it. Today, a very rare thing has occurred on the Bitcoin chart. This has the potential to be a true game changer. We're going to be breaking it down. The good, the bad, the ugly. Make sure to FOMO into the like button, y'all. Make sure to FOMO into the like button. Because if we can get 750 likes, well, I'll be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin. Yo. Shout out to Yeah or Yee. Shout out to Jade Helm. Shout out to Handyman Home Repair. Shout out to David Mangan. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Crypto Yacht and Buddy Poppins and Oystein Larson. May God bless you all. Shout out to my man Waleed. All right, y'all, we are live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Let's get into this analysis, guys. First of all, Bitcoin is absolutely getting a nice bounce from this box. But before we talk about Bitcoin, guys, make sure to FOMO into the like button. This is the live Jason Casper like button index. And as you can see on the screen, I don't even need to say it, but it's super bullish, y'all. And I usually don't give financial advice because this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy with a Pikachu hat, crooked glasses, and an open mouth in a YouTube thumbnail. And I'm just out here, you know, not giving financial advice. Definitely not giving trade signals. But if I did give a signal and I had to, somebody put a gun to my head, I would say definitely go long on the Jason Casper like button. FOMO in. We're in the middle of a very intense uptrend here. And as you can see, this setup has a very good risk to reward ratio. Okay, we're only risking this much to potentially gain this much up here. Totally worth it. If we can get 750 likes on the video, I will absolutely be giving away 0.025 Bitcoin. Guys, just so you know, there's also still a $100 discount on the course. That is in a pinned comment in the chat. So, Bitcoin getting a bounce from this box. Very, very interesting because we have a signal on Market Cipher B that I would say is pretty dang rare. Pretty dang rare. And that is the coveted uneven butt cheek pattern on the 4-hour time frame. Now, if we go ahead and we turn off Market Cipher B and we just leave my drawing on here, we can see that we have what looks to be a pair of glutes that is slightly out of balance. Okay, somebody has an issue from years of inactivity and the right glute does not fire. Okay, now that could get pretty serious. Okay, that can get pretty serious. And if you see this on a high time frame like the 4-hour, this is actually a very bullish signal. And I myself am in a long position from last night, and I held it all night from down in this box. In fact, I was longing this box all day yesterday. In fact, if we come over to the VIP Discord and we go to the potential Bitcoin trade setup channel right here, we can see that the setup that was given was to long the green box if we were getting the bullish divergences, which we in fact were. And notice the stop loss is very low because we need to have room for some breathing here. This was a big zone of support, the 40.7K to 41.7K, a $1,000 zone of support. But we did indeed get our confirmation. So shout out to everybody who took that trade because it was a pretty dang juicy one, guys. It was a pretty dang juicy one thus far. Thus far, been pretty dang juicy. Some good profits. So the question is, what is going to happen with Bitcoin? Are we going to keep pumping? Is this 4-hour bullish div going to keep us going? Or are we going to get another drop? Honestly, you know, it depends, guys. It really does depend on what happens today because especially, you know, New York Open is going to happen in 10 minutes. If New York wants to pump us, I think that would be a very good sign of strength. If they want to dump us and we lose some crucial supports, then we could see lower prices. Now, here's the thing. As traders, it does not matter to us whether or not the price goes up or down, okay? Because we can profit regardless of what is happening. That's why this guy is so dang confident, okay? People always want to know, Jason, is the price going to go up? Is it going to go down? I'm here to tell you guys, I don't know. I don't know. How could I know? No one knows it. If anyone says they know, they're wrong. They're right sometimes. They're right sometimes, probably about 50% of the time. This guy, look at how confident he is. Hands on the hips and everything. Right leg out in front of the left, hands on the hips, smile. Don't even care that he's got the double chin. Why? Because he knows regardless of what happens, he's going to be making profit as long as he is prepared. Now, I have to be honest with you. I am bullishly biased right now because of this uneven butt cheek pattern here on the 4-hour time frame. When I saw it this morning, I was like, bleh! Because it shocked me. I saw it forming last night, but I didn't know for certain if it was going to form. And you can ask those of us in the VIP Discord who were there last night. I was long. I was not very confident. You know, I'm like, at least if I get wrecked tonight, I'm still in overall profit for the day, right? Because I would have been basically a little bit over break even for the day. But it was keeping me, the market cipher signal is quite powerful. So let's talk about the context in which we find ourselves today. But before we do that, let me pop into the chat here and shout out everybody. Mr. Tom, Mr. Hattrick, Mr. KP, Mr. Always Explicit. Yeah, I've got me some black coffee. I've got a cup of black coffee right here. What's going on, Daniel Jankowski? And Crypto Yacht, yeah, Crypto Yacht knows what's going down right now. Crypto Yacht knows what's going down. Shout out to Mike Rowan, who's holding his longs. Yeah, I have to be honest with you guys. We are, and we can't deny the fact that we are at support. We're at a strong support. This green box is no joke. And we've gone from the high to the low of the range. That's what we've done. And, you know, when we zoom out a little bit, we can see that we really do. And here, let me turn off some of this stuff. If we zoom out a little bit on the chart, we can really see that we came up to a very interesting area of resistance, which was the lows of this previous range that we were trading back in December. And then we came down to the very important support, which was this point of control right here. So we're simply just trading sideways. So it makes sense that we should get bias for longs right here. And again, why did we get a rejection up here? I don't necessarily think that the rejection up here was the rejection. It could have been, but I don't think it is. And the reason is because if we go to a higher term time frame, like maybe the daily, and we just take a look at what's happened here, we can see the official change of market structure, where since November 11th, we were making lower lows and lower highs, coming down lower low, lower high, lower low. We've officially made a higher high on the daily time frame. And because of that, I think it's likely that we will continue in this bullish market structure. In fact, unless we start to lose, I would say 36.5, right? Unless we're losing this this entire like chunk, this high volume node right down here, I still will maintain bullish for another move to the upside. And, you know, I know the weekly looks ugly, right? The weekly looks super, super ugly with that, this weekly candle. Basically, the chickens drank from right here on the weekly time frame. And that was a pretty nasty rejection. But I do think it was a nasty rejection, you know, let me tell you about it, because you know, I was looking for the rejection, so it didn't catch us by surprise, right? In the VIP Discord, by the way, if you want to get into the VIP Discord, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. But we were looking at that 45.5 level to come above it and then lose it. And honestly, I was thinking we would lose it and then get another push to the upside before coming back down to where we're at right now. I thought we were going to come up to 47 and then come back down to 41. But what happened was we just came up over here and then came right down to 41. And, you know, at least I was able to get into a good short trade there. But it was, you know, the classic example of basically myself, you know, trying to ask out a beautiful girl and getting a gnarly rejection, right? Because we came up right above that 45.5 level. And I was the price, she was the level. I'm like, hey, you know, do you want to maybe hang out after high school? You know, we can maybe go out to that local pizzeria or whatever you young kids are into these days. And that didn't sound creepy at all the way I said it. And of course, I was in high school at the time as well, guys. This isn't some modern day kind of creepo thing. But here's the thing: she rejected me. She absolutely rejected me right back down to the low of the range. And when you are at rock bottom, guys, when you are at an area of support and you hit it once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row, you've hit rock bottom. There's nowhere to go but up. And so that's kind of where we find ourselves, guys. Look at this beautiful holding of support. Okay, this is absolutely beautiful. And so I do think we can get another movement to the upside. So let's put on back some of these levels here. No, not that. This? Is that it? Is that it? Is this it? Is that it? I don't know. Hang on. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second, because I'm trying to figure out what exactly is going on here. Yeah, okay. So, you know, sometimes your charts are just too sloppy for your own good, if you know what I'm saying. So we can see that we have found support at support. We can see that we are coming up to the center point now of the range, which is the next major area that we need to be looking for resistance. If we can come above 43,785, 43785, then I actually think we have a very good chance of coming up higher. I really, really do. Because that's the way it works if you're looking at volume. If you can come above that center point, highest volume node, that means people are interested in trading Bitcoin at higher prices, and it's very, very likely that we will then come up to the highs again. And if we do come up to the highs again, then I'm expecting us to continue on in this relief rally, because the daily time frame on market Cipher VWAP will curve up. We'll probably play a game of red dot, green dot. And as I was saying yesterday, this game of red dot, green dot right here is going to really be the make it or break it moment, because we will either print a bearish divergence on the daily time frame, And the bearish div is, is where we have the upside down uneven butt cheeks, with the left one the left one being nice and big and the right one not so big. Okay, we could get that on the daily time frame, which could give us the rejection. It could give us the rejection. But for right now, this price action from the time that we longed from 33K, well, at least that was the trade setup given, and I am currently still long from 33K. The major areas that we need to be aware of are, first, and this could be where we actually reject if we continue on this pump, is that $46.7 to $47,000 area. That's a very important area of resistance because of the fact that we have a very high volume node here. Okay, a very high volume node. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, that could very well be the highest volume node, like, from this entire chunk of price action. Yeah. This is a very high volume node right here, as well as it just being, if we just draw a line right there at that $47,000 area, look at this, guys. Look at this. Support, flipped now into resistance. Resistance flipped into support, back into resistance, back into support, resistance. This is an important level. So if we get the upside down uneven butt cheeks on the daily time frame, as we get one last mega pump up into here, and we see everybody starting to get super bullish like this, I'm actually looking to short. If I see that, I'm going to be like, whoa, because I know that when I see this at important resistance, then you guys know. This is a picture of me outside with my chickens drinking water, and this is just how I live life, guys. This is how I live life. I'm just a homesteading guy, just out there raising my chickens, growing my pineapples in the backyard over here. And, I do enjoy my chickens, right? They are beautiful creatures. They are absolutely beautiful creatures. Absolutely beautiful. So, that is one potential. The second potential is if we just look at this entire structure here from all the way back, and, basically this entire sideways chunk I've been trading, we have the highest volume node, at least on ByBit, coming in right here around 55 to 57. These would be two major areas that I would look for the rejection. And, we do have to keep in mind the fact that we may have, and of course, I don't believe we have, but we do need to be prepared for the fact that we have bottomed out. And if this was the bottom, I can say that, wow, that's cool, because I took a long from the bottom, which doesn't happen all the time, right? So, we had this channel right here, and we came down to the bottom of it. And not only did we come down to the bottom of the channel, but we came down to the highest volume node that we traded in this summer, right here, like this. Whoops, like this. Okay, and so this may have been the bottom, guys. I mean, literally, this could have been the bottom, and then we just do the opposite of what we've been doing on the way down, where we come up and we range a little bit, and then we come up, and then we range a little bit, then we come up, and then we range a little bit, and then we come up, right? It could just be the opposite of what happened on the way down from here on out. So that is also something that we need to be aware of. But for right now, the major things that I'm looking at are, number one, as long as we can hold this box here, I am still looking for higher. As long as we can hold the box, we'll have to see what happens. Let me check something here. Interesting. We are coming up to some interesting resistances right now, guys, locally. But as long as we don't lose this box, I'm still looking for higher. And I will just be looking to come up back first to the middle, right here around 43.7. And then if we get above 43.7, I'm going to be looking toward that $47,000 area. And if we lose it, if we lose this box, then honestly, I'm going to be looking back down to the areas that we traded back down here. So, the 38.5 is an important area, just volume-wise, and also just look at this, support, resistance, trading along this level, and then the 36. This area right here, this is really my last level, the 36.8-ish level. If we start losing that, then I'll say, we're probably not going to continue on with the uptrend. So that's kind of where my mind is at with the Bitcoin right now. I'm still holding my short from up here. I'm holding my long from down here. It's called being in a schlong position. Basically, what it does is it allows you to have an easy, free, carefree life outside with the chickens, because if price dumps and you're not around, well, at least your short is in profit. And if price pumps and you're not around, at least your long's in profit. People are like, Jason, how do you make any money longing and shorting at the same time? Well, if you want to know, guys, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable paper trader, because I don't trade real money and neither should you, and this is not financial advice. But if you want to learn how to systematize your trading so that it becomes very relaxed and fun instead of paranoia-filled and stressful, this will give you the tools you need to create a system where you simply just make a plan and then wait for price to do something that you planned for. And once it does, you just make a decision whether or not to enter a trade, and it's very simple. There's currently a $100 discount pinned in the comment in the chat here on the live. It's the coupon code SPORTSBALL. This is changing the way thousands of people approach these markets, guys. And I've actually talked to I've talked to 3 people who have actually been able to quit their job and trade full time after internalizing this material, because although it's simple stuff, it is really powerful stuff, guys, if you can internalize these principles. And yeah, so check it out. So let me pop back into the chat real quick and see what's going down here. Wow, we got a lot of people in here, guys. Let's get some likes in here. We got almost 500 people, only 200 likes. Man, you know what it does to a man's self-esteem? I'll tell you guys, man, question my existence over here. Shout out to Nathan. I love you, Nathan. And shout out to Crypto Yacht. And shout out to Adventurous Gasp. And Always Explicit wants to know, what do I mean by locally? Well, when I say locally, I'm always analyzing the Bitcoin price as a local range, meaning I'm looking for a low and a high that's on a low term time frame. Okay, so right now, when I say locally, I mean that if I'm just going to be looking at this chunk of price action, okay? Whoa, getting some alerts here. Red dot, 12-minute time frame. This could be it, guys. This could be the dump of a lifetime. Bearish div on the 12-minute. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, you know, when I say locally, I'm always looking for highs and lows locally. So, you know, we could just look at the price right here and say very clear high, very clear low, right? And so for me, this could be a local range of price action, right? It absolutely could be a local range of price action where we could then analyze the volume that traded in here, right? And we could start to pull some Fibonacci's up in here. You know, like for example, we could pull one from this swing high to this swing low and see that we're coming up to a golden pocket area of resistance locally, because I'm only dealing with the range that we've been trading since yesterday, since the 11th of February, which is actually 3 days ago now. Because when you're a trader, every day blends together. Your life is one long day. Have I changed my clothes since February 11th? I can't remember. I've been looking at the charts the whole time. Okay? And so that's what I mean by locally. And you could also say that this would have been a local area of resistance right here, where the chickens could drink. And let's see, actually, did the chickens drink here? Did the chickens drink here? The answer is, I would say yes, the chickens drank from here. This is a great chickens drinking water trade setup right here, because as we came above that high, we got a bearish divergence on market Cipher Bizzle, as well as seeing the money flow coming down on market Cipher B as we came above that high. It met the 2 criterion. You guys like that word, criterion, for a chickens drinking water trade setup. Of course, you would have had to been super quick to trade that, or maybe it's still going to play out. You know, we might put in a lower high and come back down. You know, maybe we should pull out some local fibs, some super local fibs, and say, you know, perhaps if we come back up to this local yokel golden pocket with a trigger wave on the 1 minute like this, zoom, telling us, yeah, there ain't no way in Sheol, as people say, or southern old Bible preachers call it Sheol, right? If anyone goes to a southern old Bible preaching, Hebrew speaking kind of church, y'all know what I'm talking about, all right? So yeah, that's what I mean by local. You always got to divide the markets up and into sideways ranges and sideways ranges inside sideways ranges, because that's where you're going to find the trades. Because the thing is, what did your grandfather tell you when you told him you were going to get into trading? He's like, son, all you got to do is buy low and sell high. Let me tell you, I've been around the block a few times, son. You know, I remember back in the day when George W. Bush was born, the best day of my life, all right? Best day of my life. I knew right away he was going to be out there getting all them terrorizers back when he was just a baby, all right? And, you know, let me just tell you, son, all you got to do is buy low and sell high. Well, here's the thing. Your grandfather was absolutely right. Probably wasn't right about good old George W., okay? But he was probably right about the buy low and sell high. And look at this. We did have the chicken drinking water. We have the bearish div on the 12 minute, you know. You know, maybe this is it. You know, maybe I should close out my longs. And but how are we going to know what is low and what is high if we don't have some kind of market structure? And if you're scalping, then you're going to be looking for market structure on lower time frames. And you're, you know, for example, this is the 12 minute. And if you're day trading, you're going to be using maybe some higher time frames, like for example, the 1 hour, where now we can see we have a larger chunk of price action that we could look for highs and lows. Or, you know, if you're trading, if you're swing trading, right? If you're swing trading, well, then we would go way out and look for highs and lows on a very high time frame, where the entire year of 2021 is simply just a sideways market, high, low, high, back to the low. That's why I'm going to swing long from here. So that's what I mean locally, right? And it's important to break this stuff down. And this is stuff that we do go over in the course. So you could check out the $100 discount if you're interested, because there's a complete scalping and a complete day trading tutorial in there to show you how to do this in different market conditions. Shout out to Bitcoin Slut 1 and Noah W and Memory Man. Shout out to Memory Man. Roosevelt Goodman, shout out to you, man. And do hidden divergences work? Yes, they do, but I need to combine hidden divergences with regular divergences in order to give them credence, because technically, in which section of the course do I talk about schlonging? I don't actually use the word schlonging, but I do go through how I long and short at the same time. Hidden divergences, push car. You know, like when you run out of gas and you got to push your car? Bro, I appreciate you, man. God bless. Pushkar Guleria. Yes, man, they work. They work, bro. They work. I appreciate your zeal, my friend. But here's the thing. Check out a video I did about a while ago called the hidden regular strategy. If we want to see a hidden divergence play out, it needs to be a hidden regular strategy. So let me see if I can go back in time here and find an example of a hidden regular strategy. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty dang sure that we had one right around here. Did we have one here? Yeah. Okay, we had one right around here. You know, it's best if you go back and watch my video. But if you have a hidden divergence, you want to see a regular divergence on a lower time frame in order to validate that hidden divergence. All right, so what I mean by that is, let's say that you have price doing this, okay? It's getting higher, and then now it's coming down, and it's making a higher low. And your market cipher B has done something like this, where we get a momentum wave, we come up, then we get a bearish div, and then we come down, and then we've come way down, right? Let's say that we have a lower low on market cipher B. We have a higher low here on the price. We don't know if this is really going to be the bottom. We don't know if this momentum wave isn't going to curve down and give us another lower low, right? We might just continue in the downtrend. The only way to tell for sure that this hidden divergence is going to work out is you see this on a higher time frame, but then on a lower time frame, you see price in the downtrend like this, and then you see the regular divergences forming like this, where momentum is getting higher as the price is getting lower. If you see something like this on like the 20-minute time frame and the 12-minute time frame, while you also see something like this on a higher time frame, then it's a real hidden divergence. And the same can be true for the daily time frame, okay? So actually, I think a great example of when a hidden divergence actually is legit is the last time we got a divergence. What? I just closed out market cipher B, guys. I absolutely failed you all, and I apologize. So the last time we had a hidden divergence that actually played out was on the daily time frame. Okay, check it out. Check it out. We had a hidden divergence where price made the higher high and momentum made the lower high. Right now, this was only confirmed by the regular divergences on the lower time frames, right? When we look at the 4-hour time frame, we saw the hidden divergence on the daily, but the thing that tipped me off as to the fact that I should actually be looking for a long right here is the fact that we were getting regular bullish divergences on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, regular divergences are the only way, in my opinion, to know that the hidden divergence is actually printing a hidden divergence and not just showing downward momentum, right? And this was a trade setup that we were looking for in the VIP Discord. I mean, we were looking for that exact level. If we go way back in time, way back in time, actually, man. When did this even happen? I don't even know. When did this happen? This happened in like January 22nd. So let me see. I mean, we were watching these levels, guys. We were watching for these levels, right? With the channel, we had a lot of areas of support here, and this setup was given in the swing trade setup channel. Now let's see now. This no, this was not the one. This was not the one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? That was another one. I guess we take a lot of trades in here. Right here. Right here. Okay? Right here. Coming down to the level of between 32.2 and 32.9. That's exactly where we came down to. So, you know, because we saw those divergences, we were able to look for those levels as the potential bottoms, because, you know, you can't tell if a level is going to be good or not until you see what your indicators are doing at that level, if you know what I'm saying. And let's see if we can get some likes in here, guys, because we have 500 people, only 200 likes. Oh my goodness. So let's see if we have any other questions in here. What is the meaning of a naked point of control? David Brown wants to know. Well, you know, I'll tell you. It's a point of control that's naked. And basically what that means is if you go to a volume profile chart, for example, And this is a daily candle chart, and Bitcoin's dumping right now after getting kind of a rejection off the previous day high. Man, interesting. Every single day, or whatever session you're looking at, so it could be a week, it could be a day, it could be anything really. If you have a volume profile and it creates a point of control and then price never comes back to touch that point of control, it means it's naked. Right, so let's take a look at some other examples of naked point of controls. Right here, we can see this volume profile, this white line is the naked point of control that we did on February 9th. On February 10th, we wicked up and hit that naked point of control and actually rejected from it and came back down. And then we can see that like yesterday, we had a point of control and price has already come back to touch it, so it's not naked anymore. And down below us, we have this naked point of control at about 41,525, and price almost came down to touch it, but it did not, which is one of the reasons why I'm still suspicious that potentially we could get a flash dump back down to here, right, and get a bounce maybe off of that naked point of control right there. And you know, I do have to say though, on the 1 hour time frame, oh, man, on the 24-minute time frame, let's check out the 24-minute time frame here. Yeah, it's giving me hope, guys. It's giving me hope. I would prefer, you know, if we are going to get a move to the downside, I prefer to come up to this local golden pocket area right here. And if we come up to that local GP area, you know, where we do something like this, where we get the uneven butt cheek pattern on the 24-minute like that, then I'd be more interested in entering a short position. Right now, I'm not really interested just based on the chicken drink water that we got here, although it's a valid short. Shout out to anyone who took it. Personally, I'm a little bit more cautious with my entries these days, guys. Let's just put it that way. I'm a little bit more cautious with my entries. Liquid wants some signals. I mean, I'm basically giving you the exact levels I'm looking at here, man. So, you know, if we come up to a level and there's a confirmation, I'm taking the trade live on the tubes. I've done it before and I'll do it again. So CG wants to know where you pull a fixed range from, right? And honestly, it's a little bit subjective. I have to be honest. Pulling volume ranges is subjective, but it's like you got to use your eye, right? Like I would say that this is a chunk I would want to know, right? Because we're looking for highs and lows and saying I can see a range here just with my naked eye, naked point of control, naked eye, naked truth, right? The naked juice that they sell at the stores that has like 90 grams of sugar per serving. You know what I'm saying? But people think it's healthy, and I'm sure it has vitamins in it, but you can't be drinking that much sugar, guys. Come on. That can't be good for you. And then, you know, another chunk, it's really, you're just analyzing a small chunk of price action. That's all it is. And it's kind of subjective. So you are going to be looking for just ranges, right? Just sideways ranges. So clearly we got one right here, right? And then clearly we got one right back here as well. Right here. Man, my computer is so slow. So slow. What is this? What is this? A Gateway 2000? AOL 2.5? 3.0? Windows 3.1? You know, we're just looking for these ranges. And it's no different than using the visible range indicator, the VPVR, that we could get right here, the visible range. Right, it's the exact same thing, right? The high volume spikes we can see are the same as from these fixed ranges. This is just helping us zoom in, right? It's helping us miss the forest for the trees because we want to look at the trees if we're scalping and day trading, right? There's a whole forest growing inside each individual tree, right? Let that sink in, guys. You'll stay up all night thinking about it, right? Super trippy, man. Psychedelic. And yeah, so this is slow, but you know, it's just helping you, and and it's subjective. It really is a bit subjective here. But it's a tool I like to use, because if you have a high volume node and it's in conjunction with the point of control, for example, like look at this, right? We had the high volume node and the point of control made for a beautiful short scalp down to the old VWAPinator, which then gave us a good old bounce back up to the value area high of the range, where we're now finding resistance again, right? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just so beautiful? Resistance, 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 and then the point of control, high volume node, acting as juicy, good old support and resistance. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And shout out to everyone who liked the video. What are my thoughts on the weekly close we just had? Says Valcho Gori. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. My thoughts are, it's very bearish, extremely bearish looking, and it's making me definitely not want to close my short, and making me want to potentially close my longs from 31.1. I'm sorry, 33.1. Because, you know, I should probably just take that money and dip out. You know, I shouldn't get greedy with it, but at least take a chunk of profits out, because that is a very, very bearish, weekly close right there. Look at that thing, guys. Let's take a look at the weekly close again, although we have already. But is this not just a classic failed swing high? Right? Look at that, right? I mean, I would have wanted to see the week close like this, right? Like nice and blue and strong. And then get the pullback, and then get the retracement. I wouldn't want to see the week close like this, right? If we saw this on the 12-minute time frame, you know, we'd be talking about the chickens drinking water. Okay, the chickens drinking water for sure, because that's just what that looks like. So yeah, I'm not too stoked on it. I have to be honest with you, not at all stoked. If we do go down to the 12-minute right now, you know, potentially we actually have just also gotten a failed swing high right here too, right? With the bearish divergence on the 12-minute time frame and on the 1-minute time frame. But I have a little bit of hope that we could potentially see higher here, but I'm probably wrong, guys, because I suck at making predictions. But I'm good at planning for scenarios and then trading what the chart gives me, right? I'm bad at saying what's going to happen in the future. If I had already taken this short, then I'd probably say we're going to come down more. I have to be honest with you. But I'm not in a short right now, besides my short from 45.5. I'm actually in two shorts from that area. One is from 45.1 and one is from 45.5. And other than that, I'm not sure. I was hoping to get a little bit higher. I was hoping to take out this high right here, but it might not give it to us, guys. It might just take out this high and then come down. You know, I can't deny the bearish divergences on the 12-minute chart. I can't deny the yeah, I mean, even still, bearish div on the 6-minute chart, money flow coming down. Not looking the best, guys, but I will say the 4 hours is keeping me hopeful. I mean, this is pretty bullish here on the 4 hour, and if the 12 hour can give us a nice green dot happening anytime soon, you know, the 8 hours giving us the green dot, I think we have a little bit more in the gas tank here. I really do. I'm really hoping we could start to squeeze these shorts. Boom, crush them out. I'm pretty sure my long again this morning, I woke up and my long had realized profit from getting paid the funding fee. So, you know, that's a good sign for a potential of shorts getting wrecked, honestly. That's a good sign. Shout out to Timothy, who's short from 42.7. That's a good short, man. That you shorted at the top right there. Thor says the trend-based fib from 65 0.29 to 69. The weekly tapped the golden pocket. Oh, wow. Interesting, man. That's super interesting. So I don't know, from 65 to 69. Oh man, I don't know where you're pulling it from. I don't know. I'm sorry, Thor. You know, I'm not that smart. But that is interesting. That is interesting. You know, this market cipher never fails me when it comes to these divergences, and I guess this 4 hours already confirmed. But that VWAP angle, guys, it just looks real bullish to me. I ain't gonna lie. It looks pretty bullish to me. So I could be totally wrong, in which case that's okay because I'm already short. But I'm looking for more upside here. What about ETH? ETH isn't like the same boat as Bitcoin. Okay, so from 65K to 29K to 69K? Gotcha. You guys like that? Am I doing this right, Thor? Because I just did a fib extension and I'm screwing it up, man. I'm screwing it up. So we'll have to talk about it in Discord. We have a scammer in the chat. Where's the scammer? Where's the scammer? I don't see a scammer. I'm probably just not seeing it. I'm sorry, Joe P. Overbeak. That's his alarm every morning. Yeah, I know how it is, man. You know, when I was a kid, a rooster used to be my alarm every morning. Now that I have real roosters, I'm telling you, it drives me nuts. Zisk Abrar says it will drop in the next 30 minutes. Mark my words. All right, man. Well, you know, I don't give financial advice, but you heard it from my man. So I have to be honest with you. I wouldn't doubt that. It's definitely got some bearish divergences on these lower time frames. And we definitely did swing failure this high right here, you know, without a shadow of a doubt. And, you know, if we lose this low, we'll officially change market structure on a lower term time frame. And, you know, it really looks like we could come down, you know, I ain't gonna lie. Money flow coming down on the 6 minute. Yeah, I could see us dumping. But as long as we don't lose that box, the green box that I had at the beginning of the stream, I'm still looking for higher. And if we lose the box, well, then I'll have to long from the next level down. That's just how I do it. That is just how I do it. Let's check out the 1 minute. How's it looking? Interesting. So MK10PW1000 wants to know what's the difference between a normal and a hidden divergence. A hidden here, Google divergences. The classic picture that gets posted in every trading Discord. It's tried and true, right? A regular bullish versus a hidden. Okay, regular bullish div, price gets lower, momentum gets higher. Hidden, price gets higher, momentum gets lower. Right? They're the opposite. Right? If price is making a higher high and momentum is making a lower, price is making a higher low and momentum is making a lower low, that's hidden. But if it's regular, price is making a lower low and momentum is making a higher low. And the opposite is true for bearish divs. So go ahead and screenshot this, man. Go ahead and screenshot this. And this is what you're going to be looking for hidden and regular divergences. And also, please keep in mind what I discussed earlier in the stream about how you can tell that a hidden divergence is actually going to play out and not simply just be a more downward continuation, right? Here's another example of, well, no, that's just regular. That's just regular divination, divergences. So, oh man. Traditional markets are coming down. Well, you know, it's I am still, shout out to Gallo Labs, shout out to Zy2, shout out to Sports T. Let's check out the Jason Casper like button, which is actually the S&P 500. And let's get out of this log scale monthly time frame here. And let's check out what's happening with the S&P right now. Yeah, it's dumping, guys. But see, this is a good example right here of a hidden divergence. Right here, price is making a higher low and momentum is making a lower low. And the only way to know if this is really a hidden divergence is go down to a lower time frame and see, do we have a regular divergence on, let's say, the 12-minute time frame? And the answer actually is yeah, we technically do right now. We could even go down to the 3-minute time frame and see that we got some regular divergences coming in here. So, you know, that's how you would look to see is the divergence legit or not. But you only have to do, you can only do that at a level of support or resistance. And I am ignorant as to whether or not the S&P right now is at a level of support or resistance, because I had it all marked out as my Jason Casper like button chart. By the way, everyone, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, because over here at the Jason Casper YouTube channel, we give away the juiciest technical analysis free of charge, guys. It is pretty dang juicy, too. Bollinger Bands with Market Cipher? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the Bollinger Bands. Good old Bollinger Bands and Market Cipher. It works, guys. It really does. I mean, if you see the if you see us pierce the veil, okay? Shout out to all my mid and late 2000s scene kids, right? If you pierce the veil up here with a bearish divergence, you know, we drop, and if you pierce the veil down here with a bullish divergence, you know, it's usually the case that we can get some kind of a pump from there. And one could make the argument that we did in fact get a slight bullish divergence right here as we came down to the lower Bollinger Band. And this, you know, I just made a video about scalping this way. You know, it works best on the 6-minute time frame, 12-minute time frame. You're not going to get as many signals, but you know, the truth is, the ones you do get on the 12-minute time frame, they're going to be pretty juicy, right? For example, right here, pierced the band, bearish div, we dropped, right? This will actually help you if you're not the best at drawing levels on a chart, because usually those Bollinger Bands are going to give you signals at levels that you don't even know exist, right? You don't even know exist, right? So let's see if we can find another one here. Right here, this would have also given us a short signal, and it would have worked out pretty well after stopping us out. You know, they don't work all the time, but then we would have had another one. Actually, right here as well. That would have been a good short signal. This would have been a good short signal. That would have played out for us. This would have been a long signal right here. That would have played out for us. Yeah, we basically just wait. You can check out the video I made about it too a few days ago. In fact, if you go to the Jason Casper YouTube channel, if you guys have never heard of Jason Casper, check him out. He's a pretty cool guy. Go to his channel and go to videos and go to super easy beginner scalping strategy, guys. 8.7 views. My goodness, I'm honored, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, but the BBs, man, those Bollinger Bands, they're no joke. They are no joke at all. Shout out to Noah W who has Market Cipher, and ETH has a bullish div on the 1 hour and 2 hour. Yeah, that's why. That is why I'm still chilling with my long, man. You know, I'm still long from my green box at around 41.6. I'm just still holding it, you know. Those high time frame bullish divs, they could be nice. I mean, really, we do have, you know, like I said, we do have, you know, the Bollinger Band. Keep your eye on the Bollinger Band, because if we come back down to pierce the veil down here, okay, I'd still be bullish, because we have some important areas that we have never come down to test, including the point of control from this previous range, right? We still have this zone here, that we still have this level at about 41.5 that could still act as support, stopping everyone out from the weekend. How many times do we see on a Monday after the weekend gives us a little something something, right? We just stop everyone out and then boom, right? So I still got the hope. I still got the hope. I'm smoking the hopium, and you know, that is what it is. Shout out to Hushang Shang San Nago. Appreciate you. God bless. And shout out to Vivian Young, who just finished the trading course and is helping already. Yeah, that'd be crazy. We should get 500 likes, y'all. Let's see if we can get 500 likes. Shout out to Aaron Grierson. Everyone FOMO into the like button. And shout out to Sports T. Well, here's the thing, Jerome C. I might be snorting the hopium, right? I might be snorting the hopium, but if there's one thing I've learned in the past years of trading and using Market Cipher, it's that you got to trust Market Cipher, right? You got to trust it. Even if things seem like they're not going to work out, you got to trust it. And I've seen so many people flop and grope because they don't trust their dang indicators. And, you know, it's like, look, we're already up. We're already up from the time that I longed. And I didn't long it at the exact bottom, right? Probably got it somewhere right here. I'm already up right now 2%. And it's like 65x leverage. So it's really like 120% I'm up. I've already taken partial profits out. Stop loss to the entry. So I'm just going to let this thing ride, man. I'm going to let it ride. I'm going to see what I can squeeze out of it. If I get stopped out, big deal, because it's already a winning trade for me. But you don't see this every day, okay? Again, when you look at the 4-hour time frame and you see this, where the left butt cheek is just so juicy, okay? And that right butt cheek definitely doesn't fire when she does squats and deadlifts, okay? It's a party, guys. It's a party, right? It's a party. And, you know, it makes you want to get into a trade, of course, and hang out with the chickens outside. But, how many times, when was the last time we saw something like this on the 4-hour? With money flow getting thicker. With money flow getting thicker. I mean, we saw it on the 4-hour down here. And look at this. Bam. Bam. That was the bottom. Bam. Right? How many times do we see uneven butt cheeks on the 4-hour like that? Even down here. Right? We got something nice out of it. Right? Right here we saw it. you know, that one kind of sucked. But this uneven butt cheek is different, much different than this uneven butt cheek, because of the angle of the VWAP, because of just the angle of the cheek. Like if you spend enough time being a cheek inspector, you can kind of tell the power of these things, right? And of course I could be wrong. Of course, I could absolutely be wrong. But I think the probability is higher that we get a little bit more upside here, right? The cheeks can't be looking really like this, but even if they do look like this, you know, we still here got a nice move to the upside from this 4-hour cheek. Right here, 4-hour cheeks, boom, nice move to the upside. Right here, 4-hour cheeks, boom, nice move to the upside. And like, you know, we came up and then we came down the second candle. We really looked down a lot. Like sometimes, you know, these candles, there'll be some volatility. But we just got to look at overall market structure. You know, if this was like the 1 minute time frame, we wouldn't be concerned if this 1 minute candle here was giving us a little trouble, right? Wouldn't be too concerned. And actually what's interesting is the green dot that did form the butt cheek, and the butt cheek confirmed it was a purple candle. Excuse me, I don't mean to cough, guys, but I was just sick with an unidentified variant of an illness. So watch out. Shout out to Crypto Rick here from the Discord. Awesome. What are my thoughts on the Fed meeting? I don't know. Jerome C says the W formation on the bottom is so off. Let's check it out. Yeah, I mean, you know, it was a weekend. We had low volume, but yeah, you're right. You know, I'm not here telling you what to do. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing, right? Just telling you guys what I'm doing. But if we dump, I'm more than happy to hold my shorts down lower. You know. Let's take a look at ETH real quick. So ETH is looking pretty good, I'd have to say as well. ETH got this nice bounce off the golden pocket, and you know that also is a trade setup that we gave in the Discord yesterday, right? To wait, this is Bitcoin. Hang on. Yeah, yesterday the setup to take the long, if we came back down to this golden pocket, right? Wanted to long, coming back down to the golden pocket. We come back down to the golden pocket, boom, get the old bounce-a-rooney and cheese, and, you know, still in it. So ETH is doing pretty good as far as the bounce goes, but just like the corn, you could say that we have swing failure this high, and that we're simply just trading in the range, coming to the high of the range, going to come back down to the low of the range. But the bullish divergence is really, in my mind, look at the VWAP angle. It's going to keep me holding my longs here, guys. You know, if I had not been streaming, to be totally honest, I probably would have shorted Bitcoin. Probably not Ethereum, because I honestly sometimes don't pay attention to Ethereum as much. But, you know, I do think we can push a little bit higher, right? I would love for Ethereum to come up to this $3,000 level, because we have the point of control, and we have the, you know, we have the 382 here, and I would just prefer that as my next price target for Ethereum. But we'll have to see what happens. But I mean, again, the 4-hour, look at this cheek formation, guys. Money flow is coming down, right? I'm not gonna lie, but I would. This is not a bad signal here, right? I mean, this is just not a bad signal. I mean, when do we not get something from a 4-hour cheek? And I guess you could say we've already got what we're gonna get, and that's fair. That's fair. That's totally fair. I don't draw spider lines in OW, but I should. 15-minute inverse head and shoulders on Bitcoin. That's cool. Daniel Jankowski. I'm not really into stocks, man, so I wouldn't feel comfortable giving a look. But shout out to Brian Brown, who only has 1 like to give. Well, it's all good, man. We can all do our best with what we've been given. So Aaron Gerson is still bearish, looking for an opportunity to add to the shorts. Yeah, you know, I'm hoping we come a little higher so I can short, you know. But did the 424 work out today? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Did the 424 work out today? We've got to get it on a screen here. Did the 424 work out today? Yep, it did. Yes, it did. So we would have entered right here. We would have entered on this candle confirm right here. And that would have given us a 1.4% potential. And we currently, if we were still in the trade, be up 0.68%. So yep, it absolutely worked out today. But yeah, so this is the 24-minute. Oh, man, I'm telling you guys, I would really like to just come a little bit higher. I would love to just come up a little bit higher. You know, I never long and I never short because I'm always looking for higher or lower, right? So I just don't take trades. People are like, oh, I'm long, and I'm like, I'm waiting for lower. People are like, I'm short, and I'm like, you know, I'm waiting for higher. You know, I'm just waiting for a little higher. Just waiting for a little lower. Shout out to Memory Man who's long with a tight stop. Let's go, baby. Should we get the Rocky music going on for Memory Man? Total market cap TA. We should take a look at the total market cap TA. Should take a look. Jerome, אני מדבר קצת עברית. You know, I wouldn't be able to carry a conversation with a normal Hebrew speaker. But I could get by. I could have maybe like a kindergarten conversation with you. How's training going? It's going good. I'm just training twice a week these days, guys. I'm just training twice a week. That's it. So, okay, crypto market cap. Let's take a look here. This is the total crypto market cap. Let's go to the daily. Let's see what's going on here over on the daily. Man, talk about Wick City, huh? Talk about Wick City. So, you know, let's just do some basic TA on this, guys. And let's see what we're going on. Let's see what the crypto markets are gonna do for us. All right. So we have not actually come down to the value area low, but we did find resistance on the point of control, which actually, guys, that is pretty bearish, honestly, for crypto. That's pretty bearish for crypto. That's making me think that we are going to see this baby come back down to that 1.397 trillion area, you know? Yeah, I mean, also, you know, you could say we came up to this golden pocket point and control combo, and let's see what happened on the 4-hour time frame when we did that. Oof. Yeah, bearish div on the 4-hour. You know, I have to say it looks kind of bearish, and perhaps maybe what would be nice is if we can get another push up. If Bitcoin gets another push up, and we reject off of this Fibonacci golden pocket, and then we come back down to the 1.397 trillion, and you know, hopefully that could, Bitcoin itself would come down in price to maybe like, you know, the 20s, the mid 20s, even the low 20s. But we'll have to see. You know, it would, you know, this is interesting because we're dealing with total market cap here. But if we do come and take out these lows down here, I mean, this is a really, really, really nice support right down here at about the 1.115 trillion. Because not only will we take out these lows, but we do have this nice support resistance flip right here. And when was the last time we were trading here? Back in January. This would actually be, you know, I feel like that'd be a good thing for crypto. I mean, you know, what happens is whenever people think it can't come down anymore, that's when we get when they think, what am I trying to say? When people think it's going to just go down forever, right? Because usually what happens in a downtrend is people like buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, and they keep getting stopped out. Finally, they're like, fine, I'm going to short. You stupid market. You're going to stop me out 7 times? Gonna short. As soon as everyone does that, that's when we get the reversal. So, you know, probably that it would be around this area, right, where people are like, all right, screw it, man, we're going down. Like, okay, and that's where we get the reversal. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people who would want to pour a lot of money into crypto when we get to some lower prices, right? When we get to some lower prices, myself included. I would love to buy a whole bunch of corn at 20K and below. You know, if we get down to $17,000, you know, I got me a, what do I got? Whatever the kids call it these days. I have a pocketbook full of USDT that I'm going to go ahead and buy me some corn with it, you know. Going to buy me some corn with it. So yeah. Shout out to Zolt Kossag who liked the video. Yeah, it's an interesting chart, right? Rafael Vidal says dumped. A head and shoulders forming. Memory Man, you talking about Bitcoin head and shoulders? Head and shoulders forming? Where's the, what's the head and shoulder? You know, this 1 hour red dot is going to take us down some ways, guys. We'll have to see what happens, but I would really just prefer, man, my best case scenario would be something like this. For short, just because I just want that, guys. You know, I just want that. I want the bearish div on the 24-minute. That's just what I would like. But hey, I like to only take the juiciest setups because I just win more trades that way. So if I have to sit out for a move, that's fine. That's totally fine with me. Shout out to Jason Casper, by the way. Oh man, I didn't notice this, but I basically used the same thumbnail twice in a row. Look at that. Look at that. Man. Didn't even realize that, you know, because when I go to make these thumbnails, you know, I have a thumbnail guy, and he sends me stuff every day with like random titles, and sometimes they don't even fit at all. Sometimes they do. It doesn't really matter. You know, sensational clickbait, you know, over the top, retarded. Oh, can't say that, sorry. You know, just these kind of stupid thumbnails, and sometimes you just don't notice they're the same in the row. You just slap a picture of a chart on there, make some like title, you know, what am I going to call this video? You know, this is kind of rare for Bitcoin. We got ourselves a nice 4-hour uneven butt cheek pattern. But, liquidation is not a stop loss. Yeah, I mean, it's basically a stop loss, right? I mean, I use liquidation for stop loss often. I'm not going to lie. I oftentimes use liquidation for stop loss. But I'll make it very, very loose stop loss because actually there is a fee for liquidation. But I will set my leverage so that my invalidation point for the trade is at liquidation. So for example, if I was going to short right here, I would use the leverage that would allow me to have a 0.87% move before liquidation. And I would risk, you know, probably 1% of my total trading portfolio. Which is why, if you have such a good entry, why oftentimes I use very high leverage, right? People see me posting 80x, 75x. The reason is because the invalidation point for my trade allows me to have a very small amount of wiggle room and still be safe, right? And still be safe. Because if you know, for example, that if you're trying to short, but your idea for a downtrend becomes invalidated if price comes above the price of 42,831, then liquidation price at, you know, 42,8, let's just say at 42,890, right? Give yourself $10 playing room. That's totally fine. That's totally acceptable. And if your liquidation price is right here, there's nothing wrong with putting your stop loss literally right here. There's nothing wrong with that. It will just save you on liquidation fees. But usually if I'm entering a trade, I use high leverage and a stop loss as loose as possible, like $10 before my liquidation price or $15 or something. Just so I don't have to pay that liquidation fee. But, you know, I very rarely get stopped out of trades that way. Very rarely do I get stopped out of trades that way. Man, things not looking too bullish, I have to be honest. Oh, man. Shout out to Timothy Mather, who's long on JCasp. My thoughts on stop loss to entry versus trailing it further into profit. What do I do? You know, it really depends on the context, right? Like last night, I longed from right here, and I didn't even take profit or move my stop loss to entry. I just went to sleep because I thought, and my stop loss was down here at about 41 point. It was like here, right? I was like 60x leverage. This was my liquidation price. I'm like, you know what? If we come down this low, I'll take the loss. But I know we have good support here, so, you know, if we come down a little bit lower, bounce off the point of control, whatever. At this point now, I have the stop loss at the entry. And it depends on how you want to trade. It depends on how you want to trade. Sometimes I won't even stop loss to entry until TP2. Sometimes TP2 moves stop loss to TP1. It really depends on how you want to trade. How much money do you want to guarantee into your account? So for scalps, sometimes I will close the whole position or even just move that stop loss up into profit and say, you know, I don't want to exit the trade with less than this much money. So, you know, it really just depends on the situation. It's like, how much money do you want to make from that trade? Because sometimes TP1 stop loss to entry, it's just not worth it. Like, you're not going to lose on the trade. You'll still end with a small gain, but maybe you want to make a certain amount per day. And you're like, you know what? I want to make X amount per day, and I have the opportunity to take that money, so I'm going to take that money. You know? For me, like, when I'm scalping on a scalping account, where I'm like not keeping trades open overnight, but I'm just like intraday trading, I will close trades in profit. You know, like right now, let's say that I was long from like right here. I would totally close this trade right now and just say, you know what? I've made the money. I'm out. I'll wait for the next setup. Because, I want to keep that money, right? I want to keep that money. So it's all a give and take of how much risk you're willing to have, and like how much money you want to make for that day. You know, for me, the idea of potentially coming higher sometimes, or potentially coming lower if I'm in a short, will affect my decision with the stop loss. But my number one priority is not losing money. So if you can make sure that you're in a position where you're not losing money, then the other decisions become much easier to make. Okay, so I know that doesn't really answer the question, but it really depends, man. You know, depends. And as long as you're not losing money, you're confident, hands on the hip, smile, striped shirt, just chilling out in adult diapers, not a care in the world. Trusted protection, just like trading insurance. By the way, guys, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. In fact, I'm just a guy out here in a Pikachu hat talking about uneven butt cheeks with his chickens in the backyard, showing you pictures of adult diapers. Definitely don't mistake anything I do for financial advice. And if by any chance you do think that this is financial advice, well, not only will you lose all your Bitcoin, but you'll lose all your Ethereum, all your fiat currency, all your Tether, and let this picture of my face be permanently burned into your mind, so that when you close your eyes after losing everything you own, you will see this face and think to yourself, I knew I shouldn't have taken it as financial advice. Right? Check out the 1 minute here. Oh man, yeah, looking pretty bare. You know, looking pretty bare. But it's to be expected. I think it is to be expected as the 24 minute is printing the red dot. And yeah, honestly, I don't know, guys. You know, I don't know about my long. You know, had the opportunity to take the short here, didn't do it. So, you know, now it's the waiting game. Wait for the next setup. But I'm hoping. Smoking the hopium. Let's actually take a look here at the golden pocket. Let's take a look at the golden pocket. Let's take a look at that $42,000 area. See what's going on there. That would actually be a nice area of support right there. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Man, 519 likes. That is amazing. That is amazing. Well, guys, it's been a. What about the bull divs on the 4 hours? Says Dread Mining. That's why I'm still long, man. It's been a good stream today, guys. We do have a $100 discount if you use the code SPORTSBALL, which I actually spelled wrong here. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. So use the code SPORTSBALL to get a $100 discount at JasonCasperTrading.com. So, and most people think it will pump today. That's interesting. And so, yeah, I'm gonna have to cut the stream, guys, but I do appreciate everyone here. Yeah, so JasonCasperTrading.com, $100 discount if you use the coupon code SPORTSBALL. And yeah, so everybody, may God bless you all in the name of Jesus, the Messiah, and receive this blessing in Hebrew. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom, B'Shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Yisrael. In English that means, may the Lord bless you and protect you, and may he shine his light upon you, and may he have grace upon you, and may the Lord turn his face towards you and give you completeness and peace in the name of Jesus, the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. All right, y'all. I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow or not, but it's been a good one.